Nani and the Copper Captain. Nani and the Copper Captain. Focus question. What is an editorial and how does writing on help Nani and Ashley see each other's point of view? The school bus had just pulled up to the curb when I looked across the street and saw her. A long bike cable looped around her waist and the copper leg of the statue. I grabbed Chris's arm. Let's go, I said. We made it to the park in the time to hear the police officer address Ashley. Chris whipped out his camera and started snapping photos. Miss, you will have to unlock that or we'll cut it off, the officer said, trying to conceal a smile. This is a protest, Ashley announced calmly. They want to get rid of the copper captain and it's not right. Plus, it's good luck if you rub his beard before a big test. See how shiny it is? He isn't going anywhere today, the officer said, and I'd hate to ruin your bike luck. I just got it, Ashley admitted glumly. Promise he'll be here for Pioneer Day. It's next Friday. Promise. While the officer helped Ashley free herself, Chris turned to me. Great photos, he cried, scanning the images on his camera. What's the curfew about the statue anyway? Read my story. I winked at it when stepped up to the action, my pen and paper at the ready. Good morning, officer. Noni Lopez with the Whitmore Weekly. Can I get your name and little? Captain Mitchell Thaddeus Whitmore, 1834 to 1901. Soldier, Indian fighter, sea founder. That's how the plaque reads on the base of the statue. Captain Whitmore, or the Copper Captain as everyone calls him, glares across the Whitmore School from Whitmore Park. Half the statue in town is named for him, including the town itself. He founded the place, right? But like a lot of history, there's more to do. A week ago, a group of citizens spoke at the town council. They made an official request to remove the statue. Long ago, Captain Whitmore and some soldiers attacked a Native American village where our town stands now. They forced the men, women, and children off their land. Whitmore later got rich selling that land to settlers. How do I know all these? Every year, our town celebrates Pioneer Day. I spent yesterday evening in the history section of the Whitmore Public Library doing research for the Pioneer Day issue of the school paper. Also, full disclosure. My mom and grandpa were two of the people asking the town to take down the copper captain. You see, my even more great-grandparents lived on the land Captain Whitmore stole. Ashley staged her protest on the Wednesday morning. That Thursday, all through study hall and lunch, I typed furiously. Miguel and Ashley, the paper's co-editors, read my article during our staff meeting after school. Great article, Noni, Miguel said. Ashley was less enthusiastic. I don't think it's very objectionable, she said. I thought a moment. You mean objective? She sniffed. Whatever, you're blaming the copper captain for something that happened like more than 100 years ago. Yeah, because he's to blame. He stole from Native Americans. He despised Native Americans. He said so himself, but he also built a library and a home for old soldiers. I even included a quote from you about why people think he was a hero. I was objective. Still, the facts make him seem like a bad guy, Ashley said, when he's the father of our city. He can be both, I cried. It's not my fault he was a scoundrel. Miguel looked confused. I thought he was a captain. Look, I said, why don't we learn during a dueling argument on the editorial page? Ashley, you write about why the statue should stay. I'll write about what it should go. I like it, Miguel said. A pro-con debate. It was one of the easiest things I've ever written. When you're a reporter, you have to keep your opinions under control. This time I was able to include my personal views. Even so, I had to be smart. I wanted to say that the statue should be melted down and turned into a new swing set, but that would just make a lot of people mad without changing any minds. I had three main points in my editorial. First, our town of Whitmore is full of great people. It is a wonderful place to live. Two, a Town study shows who think represents the best of who we are. Captain Whitmore doesn't do that. He was a bully and a thief who stole Native American land. Yes, Captain Whitmore is part of our history for some of us, though he is a symbol of greed and cruelty. 3. Therefore, it is time to remove the statue. We can't forgive and forget it if we don't fix past wrongs. Poor Ashley. Her in the newspaper office after school the next day, he looked tired and grumpy. There were wreaths of paper on the floor and ink smudges on her face. Gentle is not my style, but I tried. How's it going? I asked. She covered her eyes. This really hurt. Do you want me to take a look? Why would it help me? You're trying to win the debate. I sighed. You're a team match. If the newspaper's fair and good, we will all win. She slid her notebook across the desk to me. I bit my lip to keep from saying something I'd regret and took a big breath instead. Then together, we scratched out a new outline. Captain Whitmore was a hero. Maybe that's what he did was bad, but that was way more than 100 years ago. Can't we forgive and forget? So we have to keep his statue. It's part of our history. People are complicated. Sometimes good people do bad things. Sometimes bad people do good things. That's true of Captain Whitmore. History is complicated too. Times change and so do the things we accept as good and bad. The statue reminds of us our history. It helps us remember the good things people do. It reminds us not to repeat the bad things. We need to keep the statue. It can teach us to be better people. Thanks, Noni, Ashley said softly. I smiled. You still have to write it. She did, and she did a good job. It wasn't as good as my editorial, but what can I say? On Pioneer Day, we get a surprise during announcements. Ashley Watson and Noni Lopez, will you please come to the office? Ooh, went the class, as if we must be in good trouble, were we? We walked into the office and stared up at the man standing there. Principal Sykes introduced him. This is Mitchell T. Whitmore, she said. There he stood, same uniform, same beard, same steely look, Captain Whitmore in the flesh. My mouth dropped open. We thought you were dead, Ashley blurted. He blurted out laughing. I'm Mitchell T. Whitmore the Fifth, he said. Captain Whitmore was he counted on his finger. Great-great-grandfather. I'm here to do a presentation for Pioneer Day. He shook our hands. My daughter's in 2nd grade and she brought his home yesterday. I nearly fainted when he held up the newspaper. Then he sat down so we were eye to eye. I want to commend you for your editorials, both of you. This time I nearly fainted from relief. I'm the director of the Whitmore Historical Society. No offense, Ashley, but I agreed with Noni that it might be time to retire Captain Whitmore from the park. Times change, and for some citizens, his statue is a symbol of a painful past. I don't think it's fair to make them walk past him every time they go for a picnic. At the same time, he's an important part of history, just like you both said. An idea popped into my head. I might know of a good home for him. The Whitmore History Museum. Mr. Whitmore smiled beneath his thick beard. That might be actually where the copper captain belongs now, in a museum where we can tell his whole story. The bad and the good. Would you two be willing to help write a proposal to the town council? We thanked each other, saying yes. Then Ashley cleared her throat. Can we still come and rub his beard, for luck? Mr. Whitmore rubbed his own beard. Absolutely.